And we're recording.
Great, fabulous afternoon to all of my phenomenal listeners. This is your girlfriend, Lady Million Marviette, and we are super excited to be here on today. Guess why we are here on today? I am so glad you asked. We are super excited because if you've been following us for any length of time, you know that Phenomenal Woman recently, and we are still celebrating our 15th anniversary. Somebody say yes. 15th anniversary. We are so excited. And in the celebration of these 15 years, Phenomenal Woman evolved and transitioned into being called Phenomenal Woman, Phenomenally You. Yes. And so we are super excited to be with you all on today because today we're hosting a session called Meet the Board. Yes, I'm going to give you a sneak peek into the lives of the women who decided to take this amazing journey with me. And so I'm excited to share these amazing women with you. First of all, I want to just tell you a little bit about Phenomenal Woman, Phenomenally You. So, we are an organization that is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Super excited because we have made a decision to help women with one of the most traumatizing experiences that they face. And it is called what? Relational trauma. Relational trauma is an invisible epidemic profoundly affecting ages for women 30 to 65 across the United States. And so, what I have learned in working with women for all of these years is that women hold on to unresolved issues. And when I say relational trauma, it doesn't just have to be with a man. It can be with your mother, it can be with your father, it can be with your sisters, any relatives. It can even be with your girlfriends. It could be with your coworkers. Anyone that you have a one-on-one relationship with, and if they've ever crossed you, if they've ever done anything to hurt your feelings or to make you feel ill or just some kind of way, and you all didn't directly deal with it, then you are left with an unresolved relational trauma effect from that situation. And so, one of the things I know is that of all the women that I've worked with, this is something that women hold on to. And what it does is it affects their deserve level, it affects their self worth, their self value. It even bleeds over into their potential. Women are stuck. And what I know for sure is women do not know that the reason they are stuck, the reason they are experiencing setbacks, and the reason that their lives are not flowing as they would like it to flow is because there's something stopping up the plug. And a lot of times it is unforgiveness. So, don't worry, Phenomenal Woman is going to rescue you, and you will be able to say, I am phenomenally you. All right. So let's take a moment to meet all the board members. I am excited to unveil the board. All right, so we have board members here with us on today. We have Miss Tracy Wolf, who is our vice president. We have Miss Cassandra McCray out of South Carolina. She is our secretary. We have co-pastor Joyce McCarter. She is an executive officer here in North Carolina. And let me back up. Miss Tracy is also in North Carolina. We have the amazing Latasha Clayton. She is also in North Carolina. We have Dr. Valerie Benton Smith. She is our assistant secretary, and she is in North Carolina. We have Miss Shirley Hayes George, also in North Carolina. And we have Miss Katura P. Jones. She is also in North Carolina. So, listeners, I want you to give a rounding clap, virtual clap for all of my board members. And at this time, you're going to get a chance to hear from them. So, we're going to step over into meet the board. You get a chance to hear from them, who they are, why they said yes, and they are taking this journey with me. So, who'd like to go first?
I'll take it, Marvy.
Yes,
Hello,
you can.
everybody. I'm co-pastor Joyce McCarter. I am the co-pastor at Greater Church, where I serve in ministry with my husband, Bishop Sheldon McCarter. I have three kids and three dogs. One is very part-time. My youngest daughter has a big old Rottweiler, and we end up taking care of her dog when she has to go out of town, go to parties, go to events. So I am a babysitter. I also am in insurance. I am a licensed Medicare and life insurance person, and I am independently contracted by different companies. Let's see, there are so many wonderful things. Of course, I love women's ministry. I started over 20 years ago, Women of Purpose Ministry, and for 20 years solid, we did women's conferences. And I
Mm-hmm.
believe a lot of women were inspired and
Yes.
helped through those conferences. And so now that I have entered into a mature age, AARP ready, soon to be Medicare ready, I know that I've been through some things. And so
Yes.
as a board member, I think I have the expertise, the love, and the wisdom to share my knowledge with others. So I'm just a woman redefining herself
Yes.
in her mature age.
Yes. And you said yes to the
I
board.
did. I can tell you why I said yes, because Marviette has been my friend for, it feels like 20 years now.
Mhm. Very close to it. If not
Very
20, it's
close to
very,
20
very close.
years.
Yes.
I've
Hmm.
been to all her major events. There's some that I've had to miss, but I've watched her make an impact on people's lives. And so when she asked me to be a part of this phenomenal woman, phenomenally you, how could I say no? Especially when I know personally the impact that she makes on women's lives, the way she's touched so many. And one of my favorite things that Marviette did was when she was one of the first people that I knew of in Winston-Salem. I'm not saying she's the only, but one of the first that I knew of that worked so intimately with homeless women, and
Mm.
how she celebrated those women and she brought them in and gave them a day of just unsurpassed uh, attention and
Mhm.
beauty. And when those ladies came out for the show to do their little walk,
Mhm.
they looked like they had lived in a mansion all their life and never on the street. So it she's been such an impactful person in my life. And so I'm excited to serve, and I'm excited to be with the other board members that are just such sharp women. As I say, iron sharpens iron. And I'm
Right.
happy to be with these women, because with these women, I can never grow old. I'm going to be young forever. So I'm going to always be redefining myself. I am phenomenal woman, phenomenally me.
Yes, yes, Joyce. Yes, co-pastor. And it is an honor and a privilege to have you serve with me.
Thank you, Marviette.
All right, who would like to go next?
I can go next.
Go ahead, Dr. Valerie.
So I am Dr. Valerie Benton Smith, a dynamic leader whose career spans automotive sales, media, the arts, education, and community service. I am also the author of Greatest Gift Ever, Persuasion, and the celebrity host of the Dr. Valerie Benton Smith Show on iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Roku TV Fifth Sun Network, earning the title of Queen of American Lifestyle. I'm elated to serve on the Phenomenal Woman, Phenomenally You Board of Directors in any position, because I just believe in just getting involved and making it happen. And I just love the impact and the empowerment that Phenomenal Woman, Phenomenal You is bringing to this community. And I see it not only in this community, but spreading
Yes,
all over.
yes.
And I'm currently also serving as a public relations officer and the parliamentarian. As a regional president and founder of the Greater North Carolina Black Chamber of Commerce, I successfully advocated for small businesses in North Carolina securing $82 million for high-speed internet expansion. My leadership extends to Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, where I served as the past Centennial Basilisk president, as well as various organizations, including the National Pan-Hellenic Council, YMCA, Girl Scouts, Public-Private Strategies Institute, and Small Business for America's Future. My global impact includes serving as a consultant and educator for the National Theater Organization in Zimbabwe, Africa, where I contributed to arts education and leadership development. I am an exceptional influence in business, community service, which also led to my invitation to the Business Leaders Summit at the White House, where I engage with national leaders on key economic and entrepreneur initiatives. My achievements have earned widespread recognition, including a proclamation for Leadership from Guilford County, induction into the National Women of Achievement, the Martin Luther King Jr. Award for Business and Entrepreneurship from the Ministers Conference of Winston-Salem and vicinity, the Honorable Brother Marshall B. Bass Bigger and Better Business Award from Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and the title of Enterprising Woman of the Year from the Tribe Minority Women in Business Expo, as featured on Spectrum News. I have also been celebrated as a trailblazer in the automotive industry, being the first female in commercial sales, specializing in funeral cars at Bill Black Professional Auto.
Yes.
And what's very important to me is I love the community, but I also love my family. And I believe that organizations such as Phenomenal Woman, Phenomenal You is for generations and generations to come, even after we have moved on off of planet Earth. So I just thought I'd share that. I just think I see this as something bigger than all of us. So I am also a dedicated wife, mother of adult children, grandmother of 4, and a fur mother as well. And I'm a proud graduate of North Carolina A&T State University Aggie Pride. And you could reach any and all of us right here on the website. And could you tell us the website?
Yes, our website is www.pwphenomenallyu, so that is with 2 L's, 2 Y's.org. www.pwphenomenallyu.org is where we can be reached. Are you done, Dr. Valerie?
I am.
Such a profound bio. We did not take over if you were not done. All right. So we are super excited to have you with us on today. And you said yes because?
Yes, as I said earlier, I said yes because I believe in empowerment. I believe in unity. I believe in friendship. I believe in giving back. I believe in upliftment. And those are some of the key elements of Phenomenal Woman, Phenomenally You. And I believe that we could be either part of the solution or we could be part of the problem. And I believe in choosing to be a part of the solution because when you reach one, teach one, hug one, I believe what that does is it makes a better community for each and all of us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I am honored to have you take this journey with me. Each one win one, each one wins one. And so when you talk about one, the power of one, I said this on yesterday at an empowerment brunch, one woman can change her family and that family can change a community. And good communities give us great cities and states, and then it gives us great world. So that's the power of one. So thank you so much for being with us on today. All right. Lastly, but not least, Miss Katora P. Jones. Let's meet her.
Hey, everybody. Thanks, Lady Marviette. How am I supposed to come behind Dr. Valerie like that?
I know, right?
I should have went before. But anyway.
I was smart, wasn't I?
Oh, me. I am Katura P. Jones. I am a 21-year banking professional at Bank of America. I am the founder of Katura's Corner Virtual Services, where I do all things administration. So anything with organization, logistics. I'm also dubbed as the plug because I am a conduit for connecting people. So I love connecting people. At Bank of America, I've done collections, I've done control spaces, I've done MRAs, rollouts, a whole bunch of tech stuff. But that's my day job at night. Now that's where I love to do the things at. The day job pays the bills. The nighttime's where I have fun at. And the fun is in administration and logistics. I get to serve at Greater Mount Moriah Church in Charlotte as the media director. I also serve as one of the managing agents at Halo Management Group with Melanie Pratt. I also serve as the administrator for Marcus Gill International as the international logistics coordinator and his admin, as well as the administrator for Christopher Urban and Abraham's Descendants. So I have a lot going on, but I love what I do because it's all things administration. I am a proud alumni of West Charlotte High School. I am a Charlotte native, and I am a graduate of Montreat College with 2 degrees. Well, all my degrees came from Montreat College. So when I got there, I stayed there. So I said yes to PWPY because I have known Lady Usher since I turned 18. Literally. I think right after I turned 18 is the first Sunday we came to service at the end of September, which was right after my 18th birthday. And I have met her and been a part ever since. So to the point where Lady McCarty was saying about the very first event with the lady at the with the ladies at the Bethesda Center, when she did the very first Phenomenal Woman gala, I was there. So I remember when we came to the church and we transformed the fellowship hall and the ladies came there, they got their hair done, the makeup, the gowns, watching them literally glow from the inside out
Right.
was a I get chills literally thinking about it because it was amazing watching them go through the process of doing the work to understand their worth, understand their value that Lady Usher put into that, and then seeing the external now match the internal, and then looking back and seeing where they are now is an amazing story. So I took a bit of a hiatus because life happened. I grew up, got married, had a kid, got a family, all that kind of stuff, and then as life would have it, the circle came all the way back around.
All the
And
way around.
and then about 2 or 3 years ago, we reconnected. We never lost connection, but then she brought the gala back, and then I came back on board, and I've been stuck ever since. And she just kind of jugged me by the back of my neck and said, "You stuck with me." And so I don't get the option. I got to be, as we say, voluntold to do things. So here I am, and I'm glad to be here with these other amazing ladies and these other amazing board members. So thank you, Lady Usher, for this amazing opportunity.
Yes, and you know it's an honor and a privilege to have you back in your designated seat. All right. Couture has been the person that took care of my home, took care of my new baby, fried my fish, did my McDonald runs, and so has always been there organizing something for me. And so when we came back from the gala after 13 years, 10 years, 10 to 13 years, we came back in 2023, believe it was 2023,
Two.
came back 2022. We
About
came
I
back
was
with a bang. And so I knew I could not call on anyone else to come back and step in an administrative role that knew how to work with me already, other than Couture. And so she came in, stepped in right there, and we, voila, without fail, came out again out of the gate with the gala. And so with all of you all talking about the homeless shelter, I will just shed a little light to all of my listeners, and you hear us talking about that. So that is the beginning of Phenomenal Woman. Back in 2009, that was the beginning of it. And we had our first gala where we did work with women in a homeless shelter. And you may say, how did we start there? Truly, it was a God-given insight and mission. I moved here in 05, and in 07 I started really saying, God, what's my purpose? What do I do outside of church? What do I do? I want to do something with women empowerment. And it literally started with me having a group of women in my dining room saying, listen, we have to do something in the community. We cannot just be empowered fat. Lots of information. You know, we go to these conferences and we get really empowered and we leave, but then who do we really help? And so that's how Phenomenal Woman was literally birthed. I said, there's something we have to do. And I want to go work with the women in the homeless shelter because the face of the homeless shelter looked different. It's not just people that are addicts. There were college educated people there. There were people who was just one check away and something happened. There were divorcees there. And so I said, guys, what about the women in the homeless shelters? We need to go and help them because they are still phenomenal. They still need to know that the God that created them still has a phenomenal plan for them. And so that's how Phenomenal Woman started. And so for all those years, we only worked in homeless shelters. And so in 2016, 17, God started nudging me and said that the homeless shelter was a place for my grooming. It was a space that was necessary and it was training camp for me. And so he said, now I want you to work with women that look like you. They have all the necessities of life, but they come to empowerment workshops and they go home and they are lost. They're stuck. They're dealing with setbacks. They are dealing with trauma and they're afraid to tell their girlfriends. And so that's how Phenomenal Woman, Phenomenally You got started. And so then in 2021, we birthed the You and You experience, and that's where the You part comes from. And so within all of us, God has something that he wants to unleash. The capital YOU is what I call it, that he wants to unleash out of you. And so that's how the you part started. That's how we talk a lot about being phenomenally you, being the woman that God has created you to be. And so we talk a lot about becoming. Are you becoming the person that you need to become in order to have the capacity to do what's necessary so that you can live the life that you desire? So that's a little bit about Phenomenal Woman, Phenomenally You. And they call me Lady Million because I was a former IT consultant for over 20 years. And after being an IT consultant, somebody said, you're the it consultant for women. So that's where the it comes from. So it's from IT to the it. And so the Lady Million came from one day I was in prayer and I was just kind of talking about, talking to God about the vision that he was giving me. And this is one thing I know. The greater the storms, the tragedies, anything that you face in life, the greater they are, people like to say the bigger the blessing, right? I don't take that lightly, but let me tell you what I got out of it. The greater the storm, tragedy, whatever you may face, the greater the impact. Okay. So I clearly had to embrace. So when I got off my knees and I was looking online for something, I saw this little ad came up and it was called Lady Million. It's a fragrance. And so that's where that came from. It was like, you're going to impact 1 million women. You heard Dr. Valerie say it's bigger than us. Co-pastor McCarter said, it's bigger than us. So transforming the lives of 1 million phenomenal women from the inside out is our mission, and it is our goal, and it is something that we will do, and we are tracking it. And people asked me, I remember on the Good for Her newscast, they said, that's an audacious goal. How do you think you're going to do that? It's audacious, but it's not hard, because guess what? Each of us will touch one. And when we touch that one, then you touch one. So it's going to grow. All right. So we would love for you to join this movement. It's more than an organization. It is a movement, and it is across the United States of America and internationally and abroad. So we would love for you to join this movement. If you would love to be a part of an organization of women that are making strides, we are taking back everything that Satan has stolen from us by our time being wasted on unforgiveness, unresolved trauma, and just living a lower life than what we should live. We encourage you to join our movement, and it is www.phenomenalwomanphenomenallyu.org. Again, that's www.pwphenomenallyu.org. All right. So we thank you so much for joining in with us on today. And our board members, do you have any lasting goodbyes you'd like to say to anyone?
Well, I have a lasting goodbye. Mine is that a lot of times women do feel, especially when they're around other women, that they're in a circle of judgment. And I really want to reemphasize that the heart of this organization is non-judging. Okay. Yes. So I really want to reemphasize that there's someone here that, yes, has gone through something, but is also great for networking as well. I think, each one of us has a story. Yes. But by the time that they finish with Phenomenal Woman, in reference to the series, because it's a series, yes. You should be able to have a book, your own podcast, or something that will live beyond you, that not only your loved ones, but folks in the community or your religious organization or your school, that it can also touch somebody else's life, because that testimony is a blessing to someone else, that they too can persevere. So I just wanted to just reemphasize that.
Thank you for reemphasizing that. That is definitely something we want to make sure you take away, that whatever you could have gone through, all of us has a story, like Dr. Valerie said, and she is absolutely right. One of the series that we have here is that when you come through this organization's programs, in this suite of programs, you will come out with a book, creating your own podcast, developing your own organization or another business. Or if you are already doing something, but you feel slightly stuck and you want to get to the next level, that is something that we do. And so in this organization, we touch on all 5 aspects of your life. Spiritual being number 1, personally growing within yourself, professionally growing, and then we also help you brand you. Guess what? You're not branding the products, you're branding you. Everyone on this as a board member has their own personal businesses that they're in, but guess what? People are not buying their businesses, they're buying them. People love Dr. Valerie's celebrity lifestyle. They are buying Dr. Valerie. They love co-pastor Joyce. They're buying her. We go to Miss Couture for our admin services. Anybody can type, right? Anybody can send out some emails for us, right? But we are buying Couture. So remembering that people are buying you. And so that's why the spin that I have on branding is that we are branding you. Then once we brand you, that's your professional aspect of the development. Then we launch over into your physical aspect, your self-love, your self-care. So we have excursions and workshops for that. And then we also, lastly, get in your business financially and find out if you have done your estate planning, if you have your life insurances in place, if you have your final expense in place. So you hear churches say they're a fivefold ministry, right? So our organization touches on 5 aspects of life. So we really do believe in making sure you come into this organization and you are whole. Thank you, Valerie, for reminding us of that, and that it is also a sisterhood. All right. So we grow together, we love together, and we are developed together. So we want to thank you all for taking this time to get to know Phenomenal Woman, Phenomenally You. And more importantly, I wanted to be able to share my amazing board members with the world. All right. So watch us. Keep your eyes on us. We have great things that are coming out. And as we said, feel free to join us, www.pw, Phenomenal Woman, PhenomenallyYou.org. Bye for now.